the career opportunities available in the public sectors. So our attempt is to make the students aware about the career opportunities in the public domains. In this webinar, the expert will focus on various public domains for career building. Hence, this webinar will be more informative and helpful to everyone. Before starting our today's webinar, I request Principal Sir to say few motivating words to us. Sir, please.
Yes, thank you, Dinesh. I again welcome all the participants and our dear one, Shubham, all the faculty members. Students, we are all passing through a time where we have a lot of questions in our mind about our career. Those who are supposed to finish their studies in this term. Of course, the term is still going on, lengthy. Exams are not decided, so you will be having a lot of apprehensions that what is going to happen with your future, when you will be getting the degree, when you will be getting the job, or whatever kind of options for career you want to choose. So looking to that, today Dr. Waghela has organized this session where Shubham is going to share his experience. He is our alumni and he also conducted such event at our institute when the things were normal. Remember that for our job, we have a lot of questions in our mind and we keep on surfing through many different kind of options. But if you get some good guidance from those who have really wetted their fingers, those who have really worked for achieving something, that gives you a lot of encouragement, that gives you a lot of inputs, information, and that brings you the updated information. How should you prepare and what are the possibilities of success, and for the success how you need to work on. So I'm very sure that this is going to be very much useful. I know we also, everyone know that all the students are not looking for jobs. All the students are not looking for the jobs in the public sector. But remember that the coming days will be quite tough because we know that the economy is slowing down. It has slowed down drastically. And hence, getting a work opportunity in whatever capacity is going to be a tough job. It will take more time for you to find suitable place where you can enjoy. So it is always good that whatever you prepare when you are free, when you are getting the opportunity to prepare something for, you should do that, because that is going to be useful when you will be working somewhere. You will not be getting any time. It is absolutely experienced by most of us who are now in the job that we feel that pachi કરી લઈશું, આ તો પછી વાંચી લેવા છે, જરૂર પડશે ત્યારે જોઈ લેશું. પણ એક વખત તમે કામ કરવાનું શરૂ કરશો પછી આવી ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટીઝ મળવાની નથી. So not taking much more time, I would say that you just concentrate on what is being delivered. You can have some queries. Subsequently also you can contact Dr. Waghela and Shubhankar, and if you have some queries you can sort it out. So wishing you all the very best, and let's enjoy the inputs from the speaker for today. Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you very much, sir, for your motivating words to all of us. We have Mr. Shubham Pandey as speaker today. He is associated with Vasishtha Group since 2015. He has 4 years of teaching experience and has mentored more than 1,000 students for class 2 and class 3 government services. And many of his students are currently working with state government. Now I request our expert to start the session. Mr. Shubham Pandey, please continue your session.
Thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful literature of introduction. I think I am audible to everyone. Let me start by just saying, actually I want to explain at the very first the meaning of today's seminar, as we have titled it as Opportunities in Public Sector. So first I would like to explain about what means the public sector, because a lot of our students are not actually aware about what actually means public sector. So public sector basically means anything or any kind of job which comes under the ambit of Government of India, whether or Government of state. We are calling these services as public sector enterprises or public sector services. Now I hope I am connecting with pre-final year students or final year students mostly. So I just assume that they have a lot of confusion in their mind that if they want to pursue some government jobs or such kind of opportunities right now, what they can do. So I am here to guide them as much as I can. So let's start with the presentation. I just need a bit of a second of yours. Okay. I hope you can see the presentation right now. Oh, what's that? So that is basically our situations after our graduation, what we are supposed to do now, right? Because I had passed through the same situation when I was graduated. So here I will actually answer some of your questions. These are frequently asked questions to me everywhere, wherever I teach or wherever I will speak. The first one is, how can I begin my preparation? Because a lot of students are actually confused how they can begin their preparation. The second one is, what are the appropriate resources and materials? Because yes, that's true, you can prepare yourself for any government job, but the next problem arises that what kind of resources I can prefer. Because I had faced the same problem when I initiated my preparation. The third one is, there are a lot of students who cannot afford coaching centers or the highly paid fees. So I have some tips for them, which I will discuss in this presentation later. The next one is how much time it will take to complete preparation. Because the problem is, when we start preparation, we hope for a good job within a simple small span of time, a year or a half of years. But it is not true. You must be consistent with your preparation for a very longer time and don't lose that. The fifth one is, what kind of strategies one can follow. This is the main important factor, because everything apart, the main problem is how we don't know how to start the preparation and what to do in that. The next one is, what kind of job we can avail. And this is the main concern of everyone. So we are preparing for anything, but we don't know what we are going to actually post it as a posting officer. Okay. So there are a few names on the screen. There are total 10 names. I think you all are aware of them because we have discussed in last seminar when we was live at our college. These 10 names, actually, why I have put it here, because they are topper of 2018. And among these 10, 8 belongs from engineering background. Out of them, 6 are from IITs. So why I have put here, because I want to encourage you that the era had changed. After 2013, the new pattern of UPSC or any government job. What we are going to do, actually I have presented some names in front of you. They are 8 to 9 names or 10 names. These are toppers of 2018. What I wanted to present here that these toppers belong from engineering background. Since 2010 and 2013, the entire scenario has changed, because we were actually not aware about all these things. But now government has a lot of initiatives for us, for engineers, because a lot of engineers are now unemployed. So how can you actually go for the exam? There are we have two domains of examinations. First one is for administrative services, and the second one is for engineering services. Now, what is the difference between two things? First, administrative will post you as an administrator, district collector, IPS officer, police inspector, any kind of these jobs are going from administrative background. And if you, as an engineer, we are interested in engineering services, so we have 2 to 3 kind of services in that. First one is Indian Engineering Services. The next one is Gujarat Engineering Services, and the last one is, there are a lot of enterprises in public sector which actually want a recruit a lot of graduates without any exam. Like ONGC, they have some kind of actually management. They are including without a graduate without any examination. So you can apply through the exams to the marks of GATE. Now, after this, I have explained you those spans of jobs you have. Now, the next question, so what kind of materials we can prefer? Because the main problem here, resources, the books. So, as I have talked earlier that there are some basics books. I will share the PPT later because we are not able to see that just because of some technical issues here. So I will share my presentation later with you. I have listed all the books like for quality, M. Lakshmikant is there. For geography, Majid Hussain is there. For art and culture, Nitin Singhania is there. So there are a lot of books which are basic books. You need to follow for any kind of exam you want to appear after your graduation. I have listed that books in my presentation and it will be available to you on your Gmail whenever I will share that with the faculty members. So after the, I think I am clear with your doubt what kind of basic books you can prefer. But as you know very well, that today's era demanded current affair as a main source of answer writing. So the main resources of current affair is first the Hindu news channel newspaper. It is well qualified newspaper for any kind of exams. Then the second one is the Times of India. Third one is Indian Express. They are qualified papers. They are well renowned everywhere, whether it's an IAS aspirant, whether it's a government job as a GPSC aspirant, and you will prefer this kind of newspaper in the current scenario. After this, if you, I think I hope I'm able to satisfy your needs without the presentation. That okay, let me stop.
Yes, Subham.
I'm really sorry for the inconvenience to everyone. So let's start again. So as I was talking about two domains of job, first one is administrative and second one is engineering. And I have explained about them. There are two kind of administrative jobs we have. First, as a central administrative services recruited by UPSC to the central government to serve the central government. And the second one is to GPSC to serve the state government, because as a Gujarati we want to serve our state. So there are a lot of exams conducted by GPSC for that. But these exams actually recruit you as a class 1 officer. But if you want to join class 2 or class 3 level exams, so SSC is conducting those. SSC is conducting two kind of exams. First one is CGA, Combined Graduation Level Exam, and the second one is CHSL, Combined High Level School Level Exam. So what kind of questions they ask? We will actually talk about it later. Let's move to the next slide. Okay. How to apply? The next problem is that we know how to prepare, we want to prepare, but we don't know how to apply. A lot of requirement actually notified by government, but they are not actually fulfilled their minimum requirement of students. So how you can apply? There are two methods to apply. For central government exams, you can apply to upsc.in. This is the official website of UPSC. And for any kind of other exam conducted by state government, you can apply through ojas.com, which is a new initiative of Gujarat, government of Gujarat. It's well qualified, good. I have used that. That's why I can suggest you. The next one, the structure of examination, any kind of examinations for any public sector job. It has the same type of structure. It's 3-tier exam. First one is preliminary. You need to qualify only. You don't need to top in that. You just need to come into merit. After this, if you come into merit in a preliminary exam, you will actually call for mains examinations. Mains is in written format. You need to write everything in detailed way. It's if we talk about such exams like UPSC connected by UPSC class 1, so there are 250 marks of each paper, and we need to write 12 papers of such type. So it's a long and lengthy type of exam. Then the next one, if you clear mains also, then they will call you for interview test. An interview is the final test. They will actually recruit you to the interview. Marks of interview and mains combinedly. Prelims marks is not considered in your merit. You need to aware over that. The prelims is not considered in your merit. Only mains and interview marks are considered in your merit for final selections. Then the age limit. Age limit is 21 to 32 years and attempts maximum 6 attempts for general students, and SC and ST have no restriction of attempt until their age is 32. Okay. The next one, as we had talked about books and resources, the first book was for Indian polity is M. Lakshmikant. It's really very well book. I have read it more than 20 times. Well explained, every concept, everything, and you cannot miss a single question for any exam beyond this book. This book covers entire quality for any kind of exam, whether it's class 1, class 2, class 3, doesn't matter. For economics, there is Ramesh Singh. Also economics, lot of questions asked from economic survey and budget. But Ramesh Singh is a good book if you want to prefer a static book. For geography, G.C. Leong, it is actually pronounced as G.C. Leong, Majid Hussain. It's a good book. You can prefer them as a static portion. For environmental and science, look, the trend have changed. There are a lot of questions come from environment because our government is really concerned about environmental science. So nowadays there are a lot of questions from environmental background. Shankar IAS is a wonderful book for that if you want to prefer. Then art and culture, Nitin Singhania, you know them very well. He is an IAS officer of batch of 2014. He had written a book from his notes. It was actually his notes which is printed as a book. It's a wonderful book if you want to prefer. History Spectrum of Vivek Chandra, both are very good, well written. By Vipin Chandra actually has written the NCERT books also. So it's a wonderful writer. He is a wonderful writer. And we have discussed earlier when our presentation was not working, the most important thing, newspapers, the Hindu newspaper, and beyond that, actually newspapers are not sufficient because we need a lot of more information on the monthly basis. So a lot of institutes are there like Vision, Rao IAS. They are compiling their monthly compilation, and actually these compilations are freely available for any student. Whether you or me, anyone can access from their website. You just need to download this compilation from there. You can use them. It's a monthly compilation and very well written. And beyond that, if you want to use Yojana and Kurukshetra, there are 2 magazines released by Government of Gujarat. So you can prefer them also if you want. I think I'm okay here. Let's go. Okay. Here the main thing comes. What you want to listen from me. What kind of government sector jobs we have? So the very first, we can apply for administrative services. I have explained it very well in the beginning. The next one, you can apply for banking. There are a lot like bank BPO, bank IPO. These are good jobs. Any graduate can apply for that. No special qualification is required. Then engineering jobs, you know very well about them. We have talked about it. Then the third one, because the main problem is we don't know that much of domains we have after graduation. So we go for some kind of corporate work, 10 to 15,000 of salary. So don't do that. Defense jobs, defense have a lot of opportunity for engineers because engineers are working in defense sector. So you don't need to apply for any kind of examinations. You just go to the website of defense, Ministry of Defense. There you will find a lot of notification issued by them. They are issuing every month a vacancy of engineers, doctors, whatever they require. So you just need to fill that form, and the next procedure will be followed by them. Okay. Then the telecom jobs like BSNL, MTNL, they are providing jobs to IT students, IC students, electrical students. So you can apply for them also. Police job, you know very well. And as we are at last, the judicial jobs. This is the main factor actually. It is the main controversial thing that how can an engineer can apply for a judicial job? Yes, you can. There are a lot of jobs like assistant manager in court, high court, or the clerical work. They just require a graduate person. They don't require any kind of special knowledge of law. And is there are a lot of students among you who wanted to join judicial jobs as an advocate or as a judge. So you just need to do a 2 years of LLB course, whether it's distinct or classroom, it doesn't matter. You just need to follow these courses, 2 years of LLB course, and then afterward you can join as an advocate, doesn't matter to you. Okay, we have talked about it, like what kind of companies, enterprises are available for engineering services. So ISRO, BHEL refers to Bharat Heavy Electronics Limited, BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, Coal India, HPCL, EIL. These are well-renowned government enterprises working under central government. So you can apply for them. Or ONGC is not mentioned here because you can apply in ONGC through your direct ONGC process, recruitment process, or through examinations. Because ONGC right now in PPP model, public-private partnership model. So that's why they can recruit their. Okay. Now, eligibility criteria. Who are eligible for these kind of exams? So if you have well marks in GATE, I have put here because I want to focus on some really important things. Like if you want to apply for defense job, you must have secured 60% marks in your graduation. It means 6.6 CGPA. Because many of you might be thinking that graduation I will score 4 or 5 CGPA, I will just pass and then work hard for government job and simply get it. But it's not possible right now because there are a lot of government jobs which have some criteria of 6.6 minimum CGPA. And there are a lot of other enterprises like ONGC I have talked about, BSNL, they are recording on the basis of GATE marks. If you have well marks in GATE, so you can apply through it. It's a good opportunity. You don't need to go through any kind of examinations. You can directly go by your marks of GATE. Okay. We have talked about defense job, I think. Let's go through it. Okay. Let's move again. This is eligibility criteria. I have explained it earlier. Telecom jobs. Okay. There are some judicial jobs we have, as I have talked earlier, for which you can apply with only graduation or with LLB with the graduation. Okay. Now, actually, I want time here. I want a little bit of time here. That's why I actually forwarded those slides fastly because we have wasted a lot of time due to my technical issues. So, I know that there are a lot of students who can't afford a coaching center or a well-paid fees for the coaching. They are not financially very well rich. So, I am here mentioning such kind of institutes which are providing free coaching for any kind of jobs you are preparing for. Like the first one you can see, Sardar Patel Institute of Public Administration, also known as SPIPA. You can apply for SPIPA, and SPIPA is providing you free education without any cost, and with that, they are giving you some incentives of minimum 6,000 rupees for your preparation. Just imagine how well government is doing for us. They are providing an institute to teach us with some initiative for us. It means when you are preparing, you will earning something from government. After that, Exam Hub by government, Gujarat government. Exam Hub is actually an application. You can find it on Google Play Store. This application will provide you all the informations, all the notifications issued by government of Gujarat. With that, lot of lectures, video lectures available for them. You can follow this application if you want. Then, next thing I want to actually stress here that there are various communities on coaching institute. Like there are separate institute for Patidar Samaj, for SC, for ST. You can join these community institutes because they are also teaching free of cost. It's not only about money, but actually they are teaching with passion because they want to raise their community. So you will get a lot of things with them. Now, if you are not able to follow any of these things, you just have internet, use YouTube for some kind of good work, like an academy, Study IQ, Only IAS, Knowledge Group. These are some YouTube channels which are providing you free education without charging anything. And with a very good teachers, you can find India's top educators there. So if you have time, just visit this channel at least once. We'll get to know a lot of information about them. Okay? Yeah. Actually, now I have some very common queries. Actually, I have heard a lot of students that, sir, we are really in fever. Let me stop the presentation first because I want to explain it by myself. Okay, I hope you can see. Now, the basic query of every student, sir, we have a fear of examinations. There are a lot of competition, as Principal Sir had mentioned earlier in the beginning of presentation. It's really tough in today's time to get through a government job. But let me explain another span of this, because I want to remove your fear that we cannot do. The very first thing you need to believe in yourself. Yes, we can do. Because actually I want to put some data in front of you. Last year, totally 11 lakh students have participated in the UPSC exam. They have actually filled the form. The total number was 11 lakh 26,000 have filled the form of UPSC. But only 5 lakhs have actually appeared at the examination center. This is the fact. You can check it on Google. Let's go beyond that. Among these 5 lakhs, only 1,40,000 students have actually appeared for paper 1 and paper 2 of prelims. It means you have real competition with only 1 lakh students. Among that, only 16,000 were selected for mains exam. And there are 800 posts. It means, I think I'm making a sense that it's not a very big competition that you are fear of. If you have will and if you have guts, then you can clear that exam. It's not a big deal for that much of, I mean, if you have, but the main problem is we are not consistent with our work. The key for success is consistency. You need to study consistent in a day. What we are doing, we study 15 hours in a day. Then for the rest of the week, we are taking the rest. You cannot do that. If you want to clear any exam, what you need a proper consistent hours of study every day. Like, let me explain in a brief. When I started my preparation, I studied 13 to 14 hours in a day. Then I fall sick or any kind of other problems, and I cannot study for the rest of the time. It actually have a very bad impact in our preparation while you are as an aspirant for an exam. So, as our great father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi have said once, luck favors only the brave. It means if you are brave enough to take the challenges, to take your dream at the high, so definitely you can clear the exam. I hope. Here I would like to conclude my seminar. If you have any questions, just please put in the comment section. I would like to answer your questions. Please shoot your questions. Okay, let me see. I have a comment. Oh, thank you, Azad. It's Azad Kata. Thank you, Azad, for the motivation. Anyone else? Please shoot your question.
If anyone wants to raise the question, please
Okay, we
comment.
have a question here. We have a question from Azad. Okay, let me read the question for everyone. How to develop the quality of being prepared from the time of college? Okay. Very good question, Azad. I think this question is in the mind of every aspirant who are watching right now, but they're actually afraid of asking these questions. So, how one student like me or like you can prepare during their college days? This is the basic question you want to ask, Ajay, right? Okay, let me explain. When I was in college, I started my preparation since my college days when I was in first year. How I started by reading some basic books I have mentioned earlier. These books will give you some ideas that what you need to do. If you have some basic concept in your mind after these books, start following newspaper or monthly compilations, monthly magazines. With the combination of knowledge of these two, you mean basic books plus current affair, you will get to analyze the things. Because here I want to make a thing that reduce your robustness and start strengthening your mind for the concept. Because the main thing in any exam is concept. If you are clear with your concept, you can write any answer, any kind of answers. So first basic books, then current affair with newspaper and monthly compilation. After this, if you are prepared well, then start practicing last year's question paper. And this is the must thing during your presentation. Why? Because these last year current question papers will give you the idea what kind of question the government exam you are preparing for. They are asking, because there are a lot of difference between class 1 type of question, class 2 type of question, and class 3 type of question. So if you want to prepare any kind of exam, you want to prepare, so just follow these last year question papers. They will give you the idea how what the exam is demanding from you. Okay, because every exam had different demand from you. So you just need to follow the last year question paper. I think you will be well prepared after that. Any next question, please? Okay, I have 2 more questions. Let me check that. Okay, the next question is from Subham Kumar. Sir, how to know the registration date of state government exam? Okay, Sumit, I will come to your question later. Let me first answer the Subham Kumar. Okay, so Subham Kumar, you have asked a very well question that, sir, how will we know what exam is coming and when? So Subham, you can follow ojas.com, because I have mentioned earlier this website also, how can you apply. ojas.com, in that website, there is a corner of recent government jobs. It's actually a notification corner. You can know about all the government jobs, state government, whether or a central government. All the notification issued by any kind of government jobs, you will get from there. OJAS is a good website. And if you don't want to follow OJAS, there are a lot of channels on YouTube. They are regularly updating the opportunities you have. So you can follow that. I think I am able to satisfy you, Subham. Okay. Let me come to the next question. Sumit Patel is there. He is asking, please give brief on interview of UPSC or GPSC. How's it? Okay. Very well question, Sumit. The interview of UPSC or GPSC, actually it's beyond the span of today's seminar, but let me explain you. The interview is not very tough. Neither they are going to check your knowledge. Because UPSC, GPSC or any exam has checked your knowledge in prelims and mains exam. Interview is to check your personality, your critical thinking, the kind of problems, how you act. Because in the interview, they are giving you such case studies. They are asking about your family, about your background. They actually not checking about your knowledge, because they have it. They have it in your mains marks. So they want is your personality. That's why it's not interview. It's a personality test. In an official manner, it's a personality test. It's not an interview. Okay. Any next question? Okay, let me check. Okay, Bhagiras Singh, right? Okay, Bhagiras Singh Dhala, you have asked about writing skills. Look, Bhagiras, writing skill is very essential for any job, because at last merit is going just on the marks of writing. It will mean marks, right? So how you write your answer, I will share some of my sample answers with you later. Just contact me personally, but let me explain here how you can write the answer. At the very first, you need to divide any question into the 3 parts: the introduction section, the body section, and at last and the most important, way forward section. Because if you go for the questions asked in various exams, you will get to know they are asking such kind of questions with your suggestions. That what do you think about water crisis in India, or what do you understand by the female empowerment in India? So it's actually asking about your personal knowledge, your opinion. So you must need to give your opinion in the last as way forward. You just include at the last section way forward, and then write your answer in, write your suggestions in way forward. Okay. Do I have any more questions? Please write your question in the comment section if you have any question. I'm waiting for your question. Okay. Thank you, Bhagirat. Okay, after gate. I have a question from the hunter. Okay. The hunter have asked me, sir, what after gate? Okay. Gate is actually based in India. Gate is considered as an exit test. It's not actually an exit test, but it is considered as an exit test and an entry test for any exams. Master of Engineering. So if you have cleared the gate and you have well marks, so you can appear for master degree in IITs, NITs, and various institutes like ours. Even SSSC have some ME courses in IT, electrical, civil. SSSC is providing such ME courses, and they are actually taking you from the marks of GATE. And if you don't want to go for further studies, then your GATE marks is very well helpful you in government jobs. Like if you are just your marks in GATE, you don't want to give an exam, just go for ONGC. As far as I know, because ONGC is recruiting on the basis of GATE marks, as well as BSNL is also recruiting on the basis of GATE marks. So you can go for such kind of exam, jobs after GATE. Beyond that, GATE is actually right nowadays, GATE is very much important for if you are going for Indian engineering services also. In interview, they are asking about your GATE marks. I think I'm able to satisfy you, the mentor. If not, please comment there. Okay, we have a question from Yes Goswami. Sir, can you tell us something about communication skill? Okay. So yes, I'm really sorry because the seminar is basically around the government job and public sector jobs. So communication skill, we will conduct some seminar later about this, about the communication skill. I will request Vaghela sir for this. They will conduct a seminar for communication skill. Anything else? Okay. We have a question from Vijay Solanki. How to release stress during preparation and continue preparation until getting job? Because nowadays, it's not easy to get job. Okay, very well question. Let me check the name. Okay, Vijay, you have asked a very well question. Sir, how to reduce the stress? As I have talked earlier, there is no need to take stress. Because stress will kill your mind, right? So, still if you have stress, you can watch a movie of your choice. Go for a walk. Best option is go for a walk. Read for a day. Go for a walk in the evening. Check constantly about the toppers, their speech. And the next thing I actually wanted to stress here that if you're talking about stress at this age, and because as you have mentioned in your questions, and it will take a long time for getting a job. But I'm not agree with this because if you have prepared well for a year, if you check about Srishti Jain Deshmukh, Kanishk Kataria, they have prepared for a year only. They haven't prepared for 4 years or 5 years, and they are toppers of India's best exam, UPSC. You don't need long time for preparation. You just need focused and consistent year of study. If you have given a focused year, consistent year, I didn't suggest you to read 15 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours in a day. It's not possible actually. It's not practical. If anyone is telling me that they are studying 15, 16 hours in a day, it's not practical. So you just need to study 6 hours, 10 hours in a day with full of your concentration. Avoid mobile phones, avoid YouTube and anything when you are studying. And about releasing stress, you can use your mobile after your studies for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Talk to your parents if you are away from your home. It will actually release your stress because I was doing the same when I was in 10. I just put my call. I call my father and I talk with them. I really feel relaxed. Vijay, if you have any question, please ask me. Okay, Subham Kumar have. Sir, as per your knowledge, which coaching center is good for GATE in Bhavnagar? Okay, Shubham, I cannot answer you this question here because it will act like an advertisement that I am actually promoting a coaching center here. So please just ask some senior of yours who have prepared for GATE because I haven't prepared for GATE. I have fixed my mind when I was in college that I will go for government jobs. So I haven't prepared for GATE and I cannot take any particular coaching center here because it is not allowed for a professional seminar. Okay, so please ask your senior about that. Okay, we have thanks. Thank you for good, great moment. Thank you, Vijay. Any more questions, please? I'm waiting for your questions. Do we have any question, please?
So I think all of our participants are well satisfied with your knowledge and your valuable guidance. So I think they have no questions. So now we should move further with the vote of thanks. So dear participants, our today's expert, Mr. Subham, opened the different doors for public sector jobs, like by explaining the different basic knowledge of public domains for the jobs, then some important questions for the fresh graduate students are arise in their mind at the beginning when they complete their graduation. And he also satisfied the different participant questions very well. So on behalf of all SSLC family, I thank you very much, Mr. Subham, for valuable experience and knowledge shared among all the participants.
So we have a question from Sumit Patel. Can we take it?
Yes, you can take it.
Thank you very much, sir. And sorry to interrupt. So Sumit is asking the next is actually how much period current affair required for UPSC. Like I have heard that last 1 or 2 years. Okay. So Sumit, you are basically asking me, I think as I can understand you are basically asking me the time of current affair, whether it's of 1 year current affair, whether it's of 2 years of current affair required for UPSC or any other kind of exam. Sumit, as we are seeing the trend in exam of UPSC 2019, they have asked a question about AIIB Bank, which actually comes to the news before 1.5 years. So I will suggest you to prepare for 1.5 years or maximum 2 years of current affairs. Don't go beyond that because a lot of current affairs are repeating year by year. So I will suggest you to maximum, if you want to prepare, go for 2 years, and if you can't remember everything, 1 year of current affair is sufficient, more than enough, I think, for clearing the prelim exam. And means it's totally based on your concept description. It does not need current affair. I mean fact of current affair. Okay, Sumit. So please continue. Maghi sir, please welcome Agila sir.
Wagela sir.
So thank you very much, Subham, for your valuable experience and your knowledge that you have shared among all our participants. Now we are moving toward the end of this session with our vote of thanks. So the event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and bird eyes for details. We have been fortunate enough having continuous guidance, motivation and appreciations by our most active and dynamic principal, sir, Dr. M.G. Bhatt. Thank you very much, sir. I heartily thankful to our head of department, Professor S.B. Parmar, sir, for his most valuable guidance and support. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues who know their job and are result oriented. Thanks a lot, all of my colleagues and team members. And I also thank you very much to all the participants to take participation in this webinar and make it more successful. Now there is one instruction for all the participants for the e-certification. After a few minutes, we will share the feedback form link that you have to fill the feedback form which make you eligible for the e-certification. So thank you very much all of you for being or for giving a time for this webinar. I here conclude this session. Thank you very much all.
Thank you, sir.